Hey everybody, it is March 1st right now. We just went through a whole month of February, and Julie has put her accountant hat on and she has put the numbers together to see what did we spend through the month of February as we explored Sicily from coast to coast. And we did a bit more tourist expenses this month than we normally do, but we still came in at a pretty reasonable total. So for those of you that are new here, Julie and I, we are full-time travelers traveling with our two dogs, and we're trying to show our experiences and expenses to you so that if you're looking at moving abroad and traveling, you kind of know what you're going to be getting into. So we are typically staying in an Airbnb and we're traveling from place to place, and normally we try to stay in an anchor location for a month. When we're in a different country, sometimes we'll stay up to 3 months. So at this point, Julie, what did we do in February, and where do you need to put asterisks as far as like if we were bleeding from one month over to the other month and have to like make a cut?
Sure. So as he mentioned, we actually explored from coast to coast. And so we started off in Siracusa, which is on the southeastern part of Sicily on the island. And we spent from February 1st to the 24th there at $36.13 a night on average.
Because we did the Airbnb for a monthly rate, getting those discounts. So part of that month was in January and part of the month was in February.
February, correct.
We've got Abs parked right out front of our home, and we're in a authentic Syracuse neighborhood, Siracusa, and we are going to be living in a home like the locals. This is actually really a cool old house, and Arya's agreeing. So we have a beautiful old stone wall, stone home. There's actually, you can tell there's age here. Lots of old antique furniture and knickknacks, original paintings, nice table. You know, it's a interesting twist how they do the cabinets. They use curtains here instead of using cabinet doors, so you have your pots and pans and things behind these curtains. We've got two bunk beds, so Arya and Katie will each have their own bed, I guess. And look at this stonework here on this arch. Nice high roofs in here, stone exposed walls, and the bed feels like it's made with memory foam, so pretty soft but still sturdy. And you know, interesting tapestries, wardrobe over here, and then the bathroom's good size. It's got the towel heater, a sink over here, mirror, and it's got the bidet, a washer, and a shower.
We also took a little side trip to Agrigento, Sicily, which fantastic place. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We spent 3 nights there and we averaged out at $47 a night.
Okay, so this is Airbnb here in Agrigento, but we got this nice patio area, so this is going to be a great place for the girls to hang out. And coming on into the house, Julie's already got her cooking going here in the kitchen. Got a 4-burner gas stove and nice little setup here. There's bunk beds out here. I guess Katie and Arya have a place. And we have an oven, and they have a lot of the pots and pans and stuff that you need. The bathroom is in pretty good shape. Nice shower. Now, this is the best part. This bed is super, super soft. So that makes Julie ecstatic. Lots of storage area. And we're staying here for 3 nights.
We then visited a place called Isola del Femminile, which is on the coast, and that's on the western coast. So we spent a total of 2 nights there and spent $52.50 a night average.
This is our Airbnb for 2 nights for 96 euros for the 2 nights. Just a simple place near Palermo. We're not going to spend too much time in Palermo. We're going to go to Trapani, so this is just kind of a stop for a little while. There's a bathroom, 2 burners, small couch, table, TV. Here's Julie out here with Katie. And we look down this way and we can see the water over here. We're gonna go check out the nearby beach and let Arya run around.
And we actually, that's outside of Palermo. So we got to take a train over to Palermo and visit Palermo. Beautiful big city.
Yeah, so for those of you not aware, Palermo has not got the best reputation, so a lot of times it's kind of cool to stay a little bit outside of Palermo and come on in and visit. And we have dogs, so we like to have a little bit of elbow room for them as well. But Palermo's really worth visiting. We had a good time there, but do your research if you're going to stay in the city of Palermo.
That's correct. And now we're in Trapani, which is also on the western side, and it's the very southern tip of Sicily. And here we are spending a total of 3 nights this month, and we're averaging at $46 a night.
Yeah, we're actually doing 8 nights here, but 3 nights for this month of February. Okay, this is where we're staying for approximately 8 nights. It's a 2-bedroom, and we got this one on Airbnb. For your area here, you have the first bedroom, which has a couch, a little love seat, bunk beds, and a nice view here to the beach area. And coming out this direction, we have a bathroom, shower, the master bedroom, and it's got again a great view out here of the little beach, and then lots of storage here. Bed feels pretty good. Kitchen, and we've got a 4-burner gas, double sink, which we don't see those often in Europe. And we've got a microwave and a refrigerator. So
what's our drum roll?
Yeah, so
right?
what's the total for our lodging? And again, some of these were short visits, and some of them were doubled up because when we went to Agrigento, we were still paying for a place in Syracuse.
That's correct.
So if you get sitting there at your math saying, well, that doesn't add up because we have some doubled up nights. So what was the lodging total for February?
$1,260. And I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with that because we had some nice places to stay and 4 different stays throughout the whole island.
Yeah, it was nice. Now, we did some tourist activities, and as we have been traveling now for 4 years, we've gotten by really well on very little spent on tourism types of activities. A lot of places we go are free. There's free hiking, exploration, going to churches, going to ruins. And, if we average out at €20 or $25 a month spent on entry into a tourist thing, that would surprise me. That's probably somewhere around where we would typically be, but Syracuse has been expensive. Yeah. Maybe not for you, but for us, it's been an expensive place to go sightseeing. So what are we spending to get around these locations?
Well, we spent a total of just about $98, and that allowed us to visit the archaeological park, which is huge, by the way.
That's in Syracuse.
It's in Syracuse.
It's really, really neat. Greek ruins in there mixed with Roman ruins and just tons of history. A cool quarry that used to also work as a prison. Catacombs, a Greek theater. It was pretty awesome.
We also visited the Valley of the Temples, and you'll see from our footage, great place to visit.
Agrigento was nice. We had a nice place near the beach, but the Greek ruins there go back to 2,500 years back to 500 BC, and
it's pretty incredible. I'm not a history buff like he is, but it was really incredible to walk through. Mm-hmm. We also visited the ancient theater in Taormina, which really neat place. They actually still have concerts there. We weren't privileged enough to see a concert, but it was a great place to visit.
So Taormina is one of these cities that stands out at a certain level above others. Kind of like if you were in California, you've got your Beverly Hills or whatever. And here in Sicily, I think Taormina would be considered like that higher echelon. It was a very clean place, very nice. And, I would say if you're going to go and try and find an Airbnb there and stay there, give yourself an extra, 600 to 800 euro in your accommodation budget. And, maybe an extra 300 euros for your food. So, if you put an extra 1,000 euros out for that month and you want to stay in Taormina, you could probably swing it.
I would concur. Maybe a little over that, but yes, it's an expensive but beautiful city. And then we had some church entrances. So all in all, like I said, $98 for that.
Well, and the Valley of the Temples, what was the total on Valley of the Temples for both of us?
24 euros.
24 euros. And the churches are typically running about €2 if they're not free. But some of these churches, they'll ask you for €2 a person to go into, and they're just breathtaking. And I'm good with spending the €2 for that, and that's like $2.16 if you're doing dollars.
And our miscellaneous category came in at $123 in total. That's including that $98.
Is that my haircut?
That's including his haircut.
If you can tell everybody, I got a haircut here, and that was what did I spend on that?
I think it's €17.
€17, yeah. So yeah.
And that was also including our train trip to Palermo and back.
And €17 for a haircut is, compared to what I normally get in the Balkans and some other countries, Turkey, it's pricier here for a haircut. Let me know what you're paying wherever you are.
So not too bad. Groceries, we came in at $675 for this month. We actually ate at home quite a bit.
So Julie spent $17.50 at the farmer's market today, predominantly buying it from 3 different vendors. So break down what you bought here, honey.
So right here I have 2 cauliflower and 4 apples, and I paid €3.50. Right here I bought a nice big pumpkin. I have bananas, and I have 2 things of strawberries.
That's 6 bananas, by the way.
Yes, and this is €8.
Okay.
And then check the size of this purple cauliflower out, the size next to my hand, and this total lot right here was €6. But there are some wonderful local markets, and by that I mean farmers markets. And so we really just enjoyed doing a lot of cuisine at home. We also did $133 in restaurants. And restaurants here can be pretty pricey. There's an additional cover charge in several of them, which they call coperto.
Yeah, it's a little irritating thing. I'd rather give a tip than to be charged as soon as you sit down an extra amount for your seat at the table. So a lot of times for Julie and I, we want to go sit down somewhere. We're already starting off at 4 or 6 euros in the hole just to sit there. And if you just want to go and have a cup of coffee and something small, well, now you've already doubled up your bill. But anyway, it's no big deal. If you're looking at a larger meal, if you want to sit down and have a 25 euro full-on dinner or something, it's probably about what you would have paid for a tip back in the States. But it just feels like it's premature to be charging me for the service and these things up front. And not every country does this, but there are a handful of European countries that are doing this couvert thing. And
Couvert and coperto. Couvert is French.
And I hate to say it, but it seems like it's slowly expanding. So look at the menus so you're not shocked when you sit down and think, hey, I'm just going to sit here and have my $2.50 cappuccino, and then the bill comes and you're being charged $4.50.
And then on to fuel. Abby's got to get fueled up. That's our Citroen Berlingo. And so we spent a bit more on that than we generally do when we're stationary in a country. We spent $155.
Yeah, and fuel here goes for near $8 a gallon, and fortunately our Abby gets close to about 45 miles to the gallon when she's empty, and we're doing our running rounds, like when we're driving up to Mount Etna and driving some of these places and visiting these volcanoes. We're getting better mileage than when it's fully loaded down. When she's fully loaded down and we're driving really fast, we're getting maybe 35 miles to the gallon.
Parking it didn't come in too bad for us at all. We spent $10.50 for the month. And tolls ran us $4, which to me is amazing. Sicily has really impressed me with this. They have charged us so very little throughout this entire island for tolls. And as we mentioned, Miscellaneous, now on to phone. A lot of you guys are telling us we're spending too much on phone.
We know it. We know it. We know it. We know it. It's something about a comfort zone. We know we've had our T-Mobile plan for so long, and we know how to use our phone, and we know we can cross our borders and have our connection. And I know we've spoke about Freedom Phone in the past, and there's other ways of doing things cheaper. So just bear with us. But
we're working on it.
We're spending on our T-Mobile plan, our Magenta plan, our international, and
that's $100 a month.
Gives us each 5 gig of data as we go from place to place. We get free Wi-Fi calling back to the States when we need it. But
yes, we are working on that category.
Yes.
Medical insurance, $240. That's a set cost for us. And so
with as far as the medical, if it's your first time watching, all you people that have been here for a while, you know, Julie and I, we have a $2,500 deductible, $1 million worth of coverage, and I am a licensed agent in the States. So if you're looking for international medical insurance, send me an email at warrenjulietravel@gmail.com. I'll send you information from my links if you're interested in getting some quotes and checking it out for yourselves. But $240, it is age banded in many for a lot of this. So I am almost 56, gosh, and then Julie is you're
freshly 49.
Yeah, she's not quite over to 50 yet. So
no. So all in all, for this entire month, I'm pretty impressed with our total. We came in at, drum roll again, $2,700.50. Warren does not like for me to use the pennies, but $2,700.50.
So, and I'm always impressed when I look at some of these numbers, because really I don't feel like we are trying to budget anything. Our budget is not $2,700 if you're new here. This is just what it costs for us to live. It's living a lifestyle. It's not about we need to stay under this amount. How can we squeeze through? This is what does it cost for us to get by and live here, and we're not trying to kill ourselves to be at this budget. We're not going without by going with this budget. So $2,700 is not an uncommon number for us. It seems like we're running less than $2,900 on most months, which is a key number for Americans that may be in that retirement bracket as a couple, because couples in the U.S. under Social Security at the current rate average about $2,900 a month. So if you're looking at retiring and traveling on your Social Security, Julie and I basically are doing this almost month to month, even though it's not really our budget, but we come in under this. Now we do have some things that we have as constants that we don't throw into our total here, because we have our life insurance and we have some different expenses outside of what you would have to encounter. So when we're giving you this budget, this is the monies that we are spending on this lifestyle. So it's not going to be inclusive of these additional costs that we have for things not related to our travel lifestyle.
Right, and by that he means like Apple storage and extra things that most people won't have, but with vlogging you definitely need some additionals.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I think we came out pretty good. Let us know what you think. Please subscribe. Give the video a like if you haven't already, and if you haven't already, why haven't you? Please leave a comment. We're interested to know what you think of our costs and our budgets. And as a reminder, we're traveling with our 2 dogs. We're trying to see what it's like to live in different places, different countries, and we're trying to share those experiences and expenses with you. So once again, please subscribe, give the video a like, and watch another video of ours when you're done with this one. So until next time, have a great day, everybody.
Ciao. Bye-bye.